celebration. Hey guys, I have some news, some exciting news. I've got a job. Yes! Wait. Let's put the camera steady on the table. Let's celebrate together. People might think I'm a fool. Yes! I did it, Geneva. I did it. Got a job. I'm so happy, guys. Now it's time to celebrate, Geneva. It's time to celebrate, guys, with a good hot cup of coffee to Boreal. And along the way, I will get a bit more in details about the job offer that I got. Probably some of you were laid off or you quit your past job and you found a new one after a few months or after a year or 2 years. But I think that the sensation, the feeling, it's exactly the same when you get a new job offer and you're so happy. You can describe this feeling. Well, the consulting firm, they are based in Geneva and they act as a middleman between me and the final customer where I should get to work. So the place of work where I should get, especially in the beginning of the week, is in Lausanne, and I've been hired as a mid-senior full-stack engineer, so doing backend with the Java Spring technologies, Docker, RabbitMQ, message queue technologies. Front-end is in Angular, so working on cool dashboards in Angular version 17, and they have a Spring Boot 3, so one of the latest versions. I don't think it's the latest, but it's not some legacy code, I think. Well, it's Lausanne forever. I've been trying to get some positions in Geneva, but I get no answers from consulting societies, from consulting firms, so yeah, it's pretty hard to get the position in Geneva. Boreal coffee. Yeah, let's go grab a cappuccino or a mochaccino. It's definitely one of the first time I get a spot in a single Boreal coffee shop store in front of the window on the main street in Geneva. This video was not planned. I initially wanted to do a MacBook M4 1 month usage, and it turned out to be 2 months because it's almost 2 months. I bought the MacBook in November 24th, so it's actually almost 2 months. So let's do some consideration together with this MacBook, including this in this video, even if it's a different kind of video because I introduce you to the huge news about getting a new job offer. But of course, we do some consideration together about the MacBook M4 Pro. I also want to include some cool video shoots that I took during those past 2 weeks in train, at home, because they are cool and I want to include in the video. That way you can see what I actually was preparing. And first thing first, I was talking about the 14 inches and 16 inches. It's very hard to get back to 14 inches smaller screen. It's like trying for the first time an automatic gear car. I don't think I could drive again a manual shift gear car. Okay, I work at home with 32-inch external monitor, and it is very handy, but it's when it comes to go out in working in trains, because I commute to go to the place of work and in coffee shops, this is where 16 inches is interesting. For my IDE, I can easily zoom in and out, controlling the scaling, and this is a perfect resolution for me when it comes to work outside with a laptop with no external monitor. I didn't take the nano texture display because up until now we always have been working on normal MacBook with Retina display. Why would I pick the nano texture display? I don't work on the beach, outside, under the sun. I always work in dark rooms, dark offices with not a huge amount of light, because I'm not a huge fan of bright light, so why would I pick nano texture display? I think for me, in my case, it's completely useless, and it's also $150 more. SSD storage, what about it? It's not exactly 512 gigabytes, it's 494.38 to be precise, and I have only 108.5 gigabytes taken from everything, so more than a half disk space still available. So I don't know you guys actually how to use your space. Maybe you're a professional video editor and you save everything on your MacBook locally, but I have a NAS at home, so most of the time I used to save everything in these projects that I have saved on my MacBook. It doesn't take a lot of disk space, so I'm okay with the basic configuration regarding the SSD space. Let's talk about the RAM. 24 gigabytes of RAM, runs perfectly. Editor, virtual machines, Docker containers. I might have heard some of you talking about large language models to run on a MacBook, and it was hard to running on a basic configuration. I don't know, that's not my case. I don't run artificial intelligence, large language models locally on my machine, though I don't have this need. Maybe you have it and you need more than 24 gigabytes of RAM, but it's not my case. So my regular software engineer, coding with IDEs, Java, front-end, back-end, containers. I do regular stuff as a software engineer, so always reach 19, 20 gigabytes. So I have 4 gigabytes of RAM left. Every time I never hear fans running, so yeah. Regarding that aspect of RAM, it's basically perfect. The huge amount of RAM taken right now at the moment, it's 2.32 gigabytes from the IDE and maybe 1 gigabyte of RAM from Docker and other tools like Outlook, browser. It depends also how many tabs you have open. So the risk is that if you have like me 2 browsers open at the same time, like Brave and Chrome, and have a lot of tabs open, maybe you could reach also 20, 21, 22 gigabytes of RAM, and you still have 3 gigabytes of RAM free to use. Okay, so if you don't rename your unit test or integration test with a test prefix or suffix, the tests are not run when you use Maven clean install command in your terminal. The IDE, so in this case IntelliJ, is capable of running those tests. So the amount of tests I have is 36, so coverage test, integration test and unit test. But running Maven clean install, I had a few tests with the no test in the word. I just renamed them IT, and that running in Maven clean install command in a terminal, I run only 20 tests, and I was a little bit surprised. So silly thing I learned, yeah. One of the toughest challenge I faced last year and also the beginning of this year, especially in winter celebration period, is controlling my sugar consumption, because I have a sweet tooth and I love pastries. And during winter celebration, especially when you are with friends, families, and have good meals and you spend a lot of time indoor with hot beverages, a lot of chocolates everywhere. This was really hard it was a real challenge. So I would like for this year, this is a new year challenge, to try to control better my sugar consumption. And you don't need to be an expert in health to understand that a lot of sugar is not good for your body. I'd like to spend some word about work from home or full office or hybrid. Well, it's something risky in 2025. Yes, potentially, because some companies are not accepting the work from home or remote anymore, especially the work from home 5 days per week. So some companies, some firms wanted you to be at office 5 days a week, so be careful. You have to discuss this before you sign a contract, an employment contract with your future company or your actual company. And this will be also the reason you to quit. And some people are quitting their job because the conditions of working from home, they don't meet the expectation, and especially the new generation, they would like to work. Since COVID, a lot of people are working from home and they get used to, so they're not accepting anymore working in hybrid mode, so 3 days a week. It's a standard of the work modality. So 3 days in the office, 2 at home. So here it is, the backpack of goodies that the company gave me for the onboarding. Let's see, I like it. It's gray. Yeah, it seems to be something water repellent. And there are some goodies inside here. So I have the employment contract here. I left it here instead of having the laptop, because laptop I don't have it yet. I have to pick it in the company on Monday because they're preparing. So we have a pen, this green pen, and What else do I have here? So we have this Primate green bottle, like it. I have the lanyard, badge lanyard. When I will have my badge for opening doors and for security entrances. This Primate small notebook, and I think I have a post-it note block. Yeah, that's it. It's really cool. Hey guys, finding a job as a software engineer in 2025 could be a struggle, and I've been through this and understand very well the feelings. So if you want to be prepared for picking the new role as a junior experienced software engineer, you have to be prepared and practice every day, at least for 1 hour, and there are tools that are very great for that, and one of the tools that I like a lot is Scrimba, and Scrimba offers tons of courses and career paths, and those courses are guided with a coordinator and live with a great and awesome instructor. So Scrimba is a great tool, and I suggest you to pick career paths. For example, React is pretty demanded in 2025, and I've noticed that in Switzerland it's a cool front-end tool, frameworks, libraries, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty demanded, and that will allow you to find a job everywhere as a front-end engineer. And I've been in touch with one of the guys from Scrimba in marketing field, and they are preparing great backend courses. And stay tuned, guys. You have the affiliate link that I put in the description. You can have the discount, so don't forget to stay tuned. Always pick the subscriptions, annual, monthly. Of course, I will gain a small commission, but you will have those incredible courses, and this will allow you to stay tuned for the upcoming course that Scrimba is preparing, and I will be really excited to guys to provide the link for the next backend courses, SQL, Next.js, that is pre-demanded, Node.js, so there will be tons of amazing courses. Thank you.